we go. Okay, well, let's take a few moments of settling in. So coming to your magical sit. This is just for you. And taking a few moments, feel your breath, your open heart. Softening all the muscles of your face. And exploring a little bit any place that feels tight or uncomfortable. And going the opposite and choosing a part that feels good. Left shoulder, you feel great today. Staying in your sit, feel your sit bone, your tailbone drawing towards the earth as you lengthen tall, lift your heart. Bringing your hands together at the heart, on the heart, in front of the heart, bowing your chin. Chant Om together 3 times. Inhale. Om. 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 Sitting in your silence for a few moments. Your eyes gently open. Start with circling. So you need to stretch your legs, you do that. Take a few moments. Start to roll yourself. Have your eyes closed. Feeling. Reversing. One more time, one time in each direction. And we'll start to just go cat-cow. So chest forward, chest back. Shoulders move, the head move. And the next time you round backwards, the heart back, chest back. Take your arms and lift them up to lift you up high. And then exhale, take the right hand down, wave the left arm over. Just going to flow side to side here. So inhale up and exhale over, and you might stay here for a little bit. Just follow the turn your head to look up, or maybe even down. Let's do one more on each side. And we'll come up to center. Just reach your arms straight up. Open your hands. You can look up. Let's do a little shoulder flossing here. Just lifting the shoulders up and down. And then reach up nice and tall. You're going to take it to twist on the right side. So turn to the right. Release your arms down wherever they go. Floss the chest a little bit. Turn to the left and turn back. Opening. Resting into the right side of this twist. On the inhale, take both arms straight up to the sky. As you exhale, turn your chest to the left, release your hands. And then moving into the flossing, moving the chest, head. Resting into the twist. A few moments. Inhale, reach your arms straight up to the sky. And as you exhale, we'll move into a forward fold here. So never, it doesn't need to be anything more. It could be just halfway of what you normally do. You might rock yourself once the hands are down. Side to side. There could even be a cat-cow here quite nicely. Yes. You're just moving and receiving. We're here for another 5 breaths, and might take that into stillness and heaviness, or still be moving. Slowly bringing yourself up, and just going to sit for 3 breaths, just feel the resonance, and close your eyes. Haven't stretched your legs out yet. Take that. And rotate the ankles, move the toes, wake everything up. Good. Okay, we'll do a little foot massage before we begin. So start with whichever foot. And we'll just kind of go the way we did last time, where you're just massaging and rubbing and loving, acknowledging. And then we're going to come to the twist. So give this foot a nice little twist. It loves it. Foot can move in all directions. And then we'll weave fingers in between the toes as best as you can. If you can barely get in, think, oh, I'm so happy I'm doing this. Good. Open them up, roll them around, move them. You can use your thumb to press into the sole of the foot somewhere. It's very uncomfortable, and you might notice, oh, where am I feeling this tension? Is it in the belly? Bring the breath into that place. I'm just going to grip them tight, give them all a good little twist. And spread them as you release them. And then take a moment to just look at your 2 feet. And then we'll switch sides. Same thing, just love this foot up. Twist. Toes between, fingers between toes. Best as it's gonna be today. Good. And we're here. So grip tight and give it all a nice twist up here in the upper foot. And spread the toes as you take them out. Good. Okay. Give it all a nice little lift. Okay. Well, I was feeling this whole class, we're going to start lying down, but I think we're going to start standing up. Yeah. Feel the moods coming in and okay. Your headless yoga teacher. Okay. So we'll start with the feet. Just anchor your feet and stand for a few moments in this mountain pose. This is a pose of great mystery. It's something we do every day, but maybe pick your toes up and feel your feet, the parts of them anchoring, and then you root down from the hips through the legs. The kneecaps lift a little bit, and now everything is solid. And just see if I keep that, and maybe add a little softening behind the backs of the knees. Soften the eyes of the knees. Just feel. We're gonna lift the arms straight up. I still have my toes lifted, but as I reach the arms up, I'm going to let the toes come down and feel that. Good. Just take 2 more breaths just like this. Okay, so we're going to come back to this little balancing thing we did the other day. And I didn't say stand close to the wall, but you know you can always do that. And shift the weight onto the left foot and take the right knee up. And I might hold it. I might hold underneath, maybe both hands, maybe hands clasped. And whew, the wiggling is good. And we're moving into, tonight we're going to have this super moon, the harvest moon. Big, powerful, powerful, bright moon. A lot of energy. 1 more breath. I'm going to flow it into a tree pose as best as I can. Whether I use the wall, all good. Just voila. Anchor in. Find it. Reach up if you got it. Where you rest your eyes matters too. If you're looking at the floor, it sometimes helps with the balance. And you start to lift the gaze, things get challenged. Oh, I saw that. But that was great. You held the tree the whole time you were hopping. That's not easy to do. Okay, 1 more moment. And I'm going to take that foot behind, see if I can grab it. Once I got it, oh, I'm using the wall. It's okay. Just letting you know. Squeeze the knees, anchor down, be here, and then maybe that hand can come behind and hold the foot as well. See, soften your face, not so serious. Good. And release. And as I release, I'm just going to wave this leg a little bit if I can here. Yeah, so maybe in and out. Oh, that's challenging. Okay, well, that leg is talking to me. Good, okay. Both legs down, maybe separate your feet apart and rock these knees in and out like we're fancy jazz dancers. And good, okay, come back. Heart's giggling behind me. And just find your mountain pose again. Just feel like anything that's happening and you need to smush your hips. Come and pause. Okay, I'm going to lift the arms again just to get this nice long, can I make myself taller? This is what I think here sometimes. Can I regain the inches lost through aging, or centimeters or millimeters? And then go to the right leg. You need to turn around, do it. You can bring the left knee in, find whatever is there today. Joy, acceptance, just even grace that look what I'm doing. It's not so easy. Find it, breathe it, use your foot, friends, that left foot. Activate it, it's going to help. It's hanging. As soon as I let the foot go, I feel the balance challenge. Okay, flow it into tree pose as best as we can today. Joy, grace, elegance. It always makes me laugh, the elegance word, because it's not something we think about so much in our base of practice. Not something we care about. Doesn't need to be elegant, it just is. Okay, one more breath. And I'm gonna flow. We're gonna flow. See if we can flow. Oh, there it is. Squeeze the knees. Anchor down as if you're standing on two legs. Grab the other hand. Breathe. Oh, I'm sticking. Okay, one more breath. And then release. And then again, I'm going to wave that leg. Oh, we went front to back first. Hold on to the wall. Front to back. And we'll go side to side. Good. And then come down. And again, I'm just going to separate the legs, do some hippie side to side, and we'll do some hip circling like we've been doing. And, you let your knees bend. Get that big motion in and opposite direction circling. Good. Sway it side to side. And then come back on your 2 feet. I'm just going to bend the knees and do this knee in and out thing. We do this on our back. So let your feet now roll inside, outside, inside, out. I'm moving my wrists, my hands as I do that. Move the feet. Good. And then anchor your feet. Okay. Pause. I'm just going to turn to the side. We're going to come down for forward fold. So I'll keep the feet that wide apart, and if you need a block to bring it in, reach your arms straight up. Good. Stay here. Breathe in, lengthen. And as you exhale, bend your knees, send the butt back. Butt back, butt back, butt back. And then the hands can come to your thighs, or they can keep reaching forward as they come down. Find your place. Come down to this forward fold. And maybe you still have that bend in your knees. Take a few moments to feel, and lift the toes up again, anchor the feet. Okay, we're going to sway side to side with the hands down, just very gently. Nice bend in the knees, maybe. Just rock your tail side to side. Head move. Let the hips go to the right and walk your hands towards the left, anywhere here. And maybe the right hand's going to reach a little bit more. Come down. Good. Breathe there for a few moments. Good. Bring your hips to center. Walk your hands through center and over to the right side. Shift your hips over to the left. Right, the left hand might reach a little more. Do that one more time on each side. Just walk your hands over to the left. And anchor the right foot down. And as that releases something didn't even know needed to be released. Walk your hands over to the right. And anchor the left foot down. Breathe. Take your hands to center. We're going to come down onto hands and knees, but I'm going to come through downward dog. Walk your hands forward, feet back if that's there, and take a few moments in this dog to stretch out the backs of the legs. Wag your tail. You've been lifting the heels and bending the knees. Do that a few times. And we'll come all the way down. I'm going to pause here and just take a moment to put that blanket underneath the knees. Move it out. Okay. And we're going to come down for some hands and knees play. Once you're here, have the knees or hip distance apart. I'm tucking the toes under. I'm just going to start rocking front to back. So whenever you get here, some wrist stretching as we move forward, and opening the hips. We take the hips all the way down to the heels if that's there. And then we're going to pause in the forward place just to give the wrist. You're just going to find that place where your wrists are like, woo. Pause there. Press down from the shoulders to the wrist. And then we'll place the tops of the feet down and send your hips back. Pause here for a moment. This kind of pseudo child's pose. And then bringing yourself back up to your hands and your knees. Okay, I'm just gonna do this old tops of the foot slapping. Clapping for yourself. Okay, and then stay here, tuck those toes under again just to open the feet, and we'll do some side to side cat-cows. Shift the hips to the left, take your gaze over to the left, lift the right shoulder forward if you can, and then moving side to side like that, just this lateral cat-cow. The shoulders are moving in opposition almost. Move to one side, the opposite shoulder moves forward, and the same shoulder maybe tucks back slightly. From the center, let's come off the wrist. So I'm just going to walk the knees up, bring them together, and sit in this Vajrasana. If that's not good, just push to the side and sit however you like. We're just going to roll the wrists a few times. You can shake them out if your wrists need a lot of release. Give them a shake, a roll, a rattle. Yes. Okay, coming back onto these wrists. So let's do this first. I'm thinking let's do this first. Take your fingers so they're pointing down, and we'll move on to the backs of the hands so you can really come down low if you need to. Elbows can splay out. You're on the backs of your hands. See if you can spread your fingers. And then we come up, and it's just to stretch this front part of the wrist. So whatever works here. You're going to take the hips back, and then you can play a little bit with one more moment. And then we'll go the opposite, which is to put the hands down and come back into your hands and knees. Let's go through good old cat-cow. We'll tuck the toes under again. Release the belly. Up. And just moving through. No instruction today. You can close your eyes and feel movement, this fluidity. Movement. Nice. And then let's do a few more. And then bring yourself to center. Now, I'm going to sit on the toes here, friends, and you decide that's however you want to do that. Again, just shake these wrists or roll them. You could be up on your knees. Good. Okay. All right. So we're going to come back to hands and knees just for a moment. We're going to walk these knees far back and hands. It's a pretty long table. And we're going to come down onto the tummy, but I'm going to take an opportunity just to go forward and back a few times. A little bit of a cobra too, kind of a child's pose. The next time you come forward, if you're still moving, just lay yourself down. If you have a blanket there, it's going to be underneath the thighs. Let's come all the way down, and tops of the feet on the floor. Tuck your, palm over palm, rest your forehead on your hands. Just take a few breaths here. Feel yourself breathing into the floor. And pressing. The body expands, you feel the floor. Okay, full breath in, sigh out. And lift the head, bring the hands underneath your shoulders. And we're going to do a little cobra, little baby cobra here. So with your hands on the floor, take your shoulders up towards your ears and then lift them up and back as you're rolling them back, and the elbows might come in. Extend your legs as long as you can. Lift the chest, lift the head. Maybe the hands come off the floor. Elbows are in. Breathe here. Keep drawing the shoulders away from the ears. Imagine you can lengthen the back of your neck so you're looking, maybe down. I'm going to keep the elbows in where they are, and I'm going to take these hands and wave them all the way to the back so they're a cape. Reach back. One more breath. And then come all the way down. This time, backs of the hands on the floor. Let's put the right cheek on the floor. Take advantage of this little neck stretch and breathe. And close your eyes. One more full breath in. Breathe out. And just stay as you are. Lift your shoulders up. So the backs of the hands are still on the floor. Just lift your shoulders. Then lift your head. Turn your head to look at the floor. Now we're going to keep lifting, and maybe the arms are going to lift here. They could stay on the floor though. Just reach or lift the arms, and maybe the legs are going to come up here too. Pulling the chin in. As long on the back of the neck. Maybe you can spread your toes. One more full breath. And as you breathe out very gently, come back to rest. This time we'll put the left cheek down. Breathe. Okay. So just stay here. Start to lift just the shoulders up. That's going to kind of lift the chest, and the head comes up. Look down at the floor. And lift your arms again if that was there. Shoulders back, legs up. Now, I'm going to bring the arms right against the body so I can turn the palms to face down. And then bend the elbows and bring these hands back as if you're like a flying baby cobra, like we did at the very beginning. And then set your hands down, set your head down, set your legs down. Maybe tuck the chin enough so you're on the forehead. I'm going to lift the shoulders away from the floor here. Bring the shoulder blades together and down the back as if the shoulders are moving away from the ears. And then lift the shoulders, lift the chest, lift the head. Maybe you stay right here, or you anchor the hand and press up. And I'm going to keep the elbows bent and keep them bent so I can get the shoulders back. Maybe the legs are going to stretch out. The legs might want to widen. One more breath. And slowly lower down. Okay, stay here. The face can be just facing the floor. You can have the forehead down if you like. You bend the knees. And roll the ankles. Any direction. Could be same direction, opposite. And then reverse. Point and flex your feet a few times. Okay, we're going to flex the feet. Your hands are on the floor. Knees are bent. We're going to lift the chest up again. So start with the shoulders. Just bring the shoulders up towards the ears, around and back and down the body. And then you come up. And you come up wherever your back says, okay, your hands might want to come forward if you need more back support. You come up if you like. Elbows are bent. They're here. Wherever feels good. Oh, I'm going to roll the shoulders. This is happening. Yeah. And then exhale. Lower down, and as you come down, I'm just going to widen the knees apart, bring the feet together as if you're doing, child's pose. Bring your hands back underneath your forehead. And breathe. Okay, so we're going to just take the legs into windshield wiper. You can keep your head down if you like, or lift it up, or place your hands back under your shoulders if that feels a little more stable, and just rock these feet side to side. And then we'll take it into a belly down egg beater. Hopefully that blanket is helping a little bit, and you move the back, the hips a little separately. And your egg beating, just change the direction. Okay, let's come back to the windshield wiper side to side. And then resting with the soles of the feet together. Let's give them a little rub. Okay, so we're going to keep the legs this wide apart, separate the feet, and just bring your legs down so you have a little bit of a wider stance happening. With the legs, tops of the feet are on the floor. Good. Okay, let's put the forehead on the floor and interlace your fingers behind your back. You can have a nice bend in the elbows. Whatever you can do here. If that's not possible, take a moment, grab your strap. Just hold the strap in the hands. Okay, just rest here for a moment. Let with the fingers interlaced, the elbows can kind of hang. I have my hands resting on, probably what would be lower back, upper sacrum. Okay, and then from here, I'm going to lift the elbows up, lift the shoulders up, lift the head and chest up, and maybe the arms go straighter, but it really, it is whatever it is. Lifting the shoulders. I'm going to lift the arms up off the body because I can a little bit. Maybe the legs are going to lift, and you're going to smile. You're going to fly. Take one more breath. Now we'll come back to that rest with the backs of the hands down and the right cheek on the floor. You might even let the heels drop away from each other and the toes can turn in slightly just to widen the low back. So we're going to do that again. And interlacing the fingers, your strap, whatever, you can just let the arms go wide, like we did at the very beginning. So just like your cape. Okay. And so lift your shoulders up. That's going to lift the chest, turn the face to look at the floor. Re-straighten your feet if you turn them in. Opposite, interlace your fingers behind your back. And then lift the elbows up. Lift the shoulders, lift the head, lift the chest. Maybe you lift the legs. Maybe the arms go straight or not. And you're just going to fly. Like you're flying. Breathe. And release. Let the backs of the hands rest. Left cheek rest. Okay, just going to do a little sacrum massage. So as you are, maybe the head lifts and you're just hovering above the floor there. Take your palms to your low back and just give her a little rub. And you could even rub the small of the back, the adrenals. Just rubbing the back here. So good. Okay, we're going to do one more. So just bring your hands back underneath your forehead. And the next one we're going to do is Makrasana, which is crocodile pose. We interlace the fingers right behind the head. So you can pop your hands out and interlace them, place them back of your head. And lift the elbows up and you start to push the head into the hands. Maybe you come up, maybe not. Maybe the pose is just hands and head pressing against each other. So I've lifted my legs up. I'm lifting the elbows. Back of the neck is long. Breathe. And to release, I'm just going to rest the hands back on the floor, forehead on the floor. Turn the toes in towards each other, heels out. Really relax. And do the same one on the opposite side, which is the opposite interlace of the fingers. So opposite interlace, pop them behind your head and start to lift up into this crocodile. And belly down. I can imagine why it was called that. One more moment. And release. Hands down, forehead down, or a cheek, whatever you like, and breathe. Okay. Lift the head. You take the arms out, and they're not, you can't see on camera, but they're not in front of me. They're down on the floor. The legs are still a little wide. You're gonna bend the right knee, and then we're gonna roll onto the left side and take that right foot down, and your hands are there to help you. Be on the baby toe edge of your left leg. Maybe you're looking over to the left. And then roll yourself back onto your belly, bend the left knee and roll onto your right side. Look over to the right if that's there. And just rolling side to side here, as slow as you need to. Just keep moving or resting on each side as you like. One more on each side. The next time you do the right side, and let that be your last, and come back down. Good. Release, rest. So the next one is pretty, like, not as complicated. I'm going to come up onto the forearms. And then from here, I'll just take this left knee. We're just going to take it out. So that I have the whole, the leg, you might have some, lifting in the hip here. You're just going to try and get both hips down if that's possible. So kind of find that angle that works. And then once you feel, okay, I'm okay here, if you need support, put it there. I'm going to come back down and turn the head to look towards the right. Now the right leg might roll in. You're going to try and keep it on the top of the foot as much as you can. If it helps to tuck the toes under, then do that. And just take your awareness to that inner left thigh, inner left hip. You feel that just melting that space. So notice any natural gripping you might be doing in your belly, and even in the low back. Focusing maybe on the outer hip or the left glute. One more breath. Making your way back to this linear shape. And then coming up, if you need to, adjusting so that the right knee is bent, and say the ankle is in line with the knee as best as you can, and the knee is in line with the hip as best as you can. And then come down and turn your head to the left. Becoming one with this inner right thigh, inner right hip. Inviting it to rest. All of its friends can also rest. Everyone's invited to the party, the relaxed party. It really needs to be conscious effort because we know our habits, we accept them as normal. How can I make this hip heavier and lighter at the same time? Last moment here. And moving softly, come back into your linear, and we'll move into Sphinx pose with the forearms down and forward if you need to. Spread your fingers, move the shoulders back. And then here, I'm going to shine the heart through if I can, and just let the head drop. The shoulders are moving back, so hopefully there's a little bit of a neck stretch happening, but maybe not. And some of you might need to draw your belly in and let the low back decompress. Feel it supported. In a soft place, and we're just going to start to turn the head side to side so the chin maybe moves towards the left shoulder and the right shoulder. With the soft jaw. Coming to center. You can lift the head. You can stay here for the next few moments. If you want to take it up, take it up. You want to walk the hands in and go up higher, go up higher. Line your heart. You're going to come all the way back to child's pose, and you do a lot for the back. It's a nice back decompression. When we bring the bolster or a blanket or something in, we first learned it was fists in and then coming forward. So just that's so good. I've done that one for a long time. I'm going to do it like that. Then I'm going to take the fist and they go where the ovaries are if you have them, or even if you don't, you know where they maybe live, and then come down. And just feel this is your back release. So if it's a higher, you've got the bolster, you're up higher. Breathe into your back as much as you can. Nice big breath, as best as you can, breathe out. And then come up here. And I'm going to move the blanket now to go the other way. So I'll take an opportunity for a malasana. Squat, if that's there, or balancing on your toes. And turn the blanket. Okay, so we are going to come to lie down, and we're probably not coming back up. So if you need another blanket for your head, put that in there. Okay, we don't have the bolster here. You want your socks, your heating pads on it. Good stuff. And, okay, I'm going to start lying down with the hips off the blanket just to give the back again a little tiny lift, not a huge lift. You move set yourself up just so you feel like the hips are aiming down. Maybe you have a little low curve in your back, not a huge one. If you're like, I don't feel anything, then just hold your blanket, readjust yourself so you have a little bit of I'm going to call it a cushion for your low back. And we'll just breathe here for a few moments. Might widen the feet and come into basic resting pose with the knees together. Pose pigeon toes. Just let the back rest. Breath. And hug the right knee in, just to release the back, and the left leg can stay bent, can straighten. Rock your right knee in and out, or just hug it in, whichever one. We're here for 5 breaths. And switch sides. We'll take the arms overhead and stretch, and bring the left leg in. Again, just exploring whatever it is that you need here. Where's the medicine? And release, and stretch your arms overhead. This time we'll bring both knees in. You folded that blanket, it's not working for you. And if you want to scoot yourself forward now, so you're all the way on the blanket, that's fine too. Just rock if that feels nice. Okay, we're going to keep the knees in. Maybe the hands will go behind the thighs. And you can just rest here and hug them in and out. This is just for back release. If you want to take the legs straighter, then we move the center of gravity up the back. You can play with both of those. You can move your shin, straighten and bend the knees. Just be very playful here. But know that this is just medicine for your back right now. Good. Okay, and we'll open the arms out. We come into twist on the right side. Just dropping your knees over. If you need more support, let's throw it in there. You take 5 breaths on this side, so dropping in as quick as you can. Just breath in. And as you exhale, find your way back onto your back. And then releasing these over to the left side, coming into twist here. We bring ourselves back onto your back. Set your feet on the floor. And we'll just take a few moments with the hips elevated. So I'm going to grab a block, but whatever you want to use, a bolster, that's fine. Just lift the hips up, whatever height you like. Low height, high height, highest height, no height, blanket. And just rest here and feel again that this is just support for the sacrum. It can hang. The hip flexors have some space to release. Also an inversion. Head is below the heart. The feet on the floor, but if you like to lift your legs here or do anything playful, then by all means. So our next pose is Shavasana. Stay on your block for as long as you like. Take your time to set up this Shavasana experience. Is anything else you need? Resting in your stillness, your wellness, your presence, and your softness. Staying in your rest for as long as you like. Beginning to gently and consciously, slowly awaken yourself. Breathing and moving in a way that feels nurturing. Hands to your heart and bowing your chin. Seal this practice with one Om inhale. Breathing into your hands. And offer yourself this elixir of you, potent and powerful. So thank you for your namaste. Thank you, Jews. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Go forth and make magic. We'll see you on Sunday. Thank you for being here.